right, so we're doing Princess Leia's theme from Star Wars. Sorry, obviously I meant Star Wars. Princess Leia theme from Star Wars. It was originally conceived for orchestra, but this is obviously a piano version. So here it is. All right, there you have it. There's the theme. We're going to look at the first major phrase here, right up until about the modulation to D flat major, this thing. And if you'd like to finish off this piece, visit our website. It's free to give it a try. You'll have access to this full theme and everything else we've ever done. All right, so let's just jump right into it, shall we? And we'll start with the left. One thing I want to mention about the right before I get started is that this piece is written in units, right? We have these 2-bar units that make up the piece. The first being, that's the first unit. Second one is, right? And each one of these units has a pickup note, which is basically an introductory note that leads us into the theme proper, right? Or into the next bar proper. In the beginning of the piece, you have a G, a solitary G, which leads us into the beginning of the first bar here, right? So, and every unit has the same kind of pickup. Then we have a pickup on E, and then another one on G, and on G up top. So you have these little notes that lead us into the next bar, and that's kind of important because when I go through it with the right hand and when I start putting together, I don't want to have to say like in the previous bar, the last beat, you have to remember what you just did and then like think and count and all that nonsense. I'll just refer to these as pickups and you just know that they're notes that precede the current unit. All right, so starting with the left hand, this is what we have in the beginning. We have this. So it's 5, 2, 1, back to 2. Thumb moves up to D, back to 2. Thumb moves back down to C. So the thumb is moving from C to D back to C. That's it. And the pedal is down for the full 2 bars. The next unit, we get this. Now, I didn't use these fingerings when I played the piece, but these are better. I used some random fingers that I just thought up, but this is better, okay? Don't use my crappy fingerings from before. 5, 2, 1. Fifth finger moves across, A flat. Thumb on F. Back to A flat. And then the C on 3. Right? So your A flat is kind of the anchor. You're always back to A flat, A flat, A flat, A flat. And then the next 2 units are identical. And then this thing again. So that's it. The left hand is done for the first major phrase before the modulation. That's all you got to do. So make sure that the left hand is learned fairly well in terms of notes. And I'll just go through the rhythm real quick because it's straightforward. It's all basically quarter notes apart from the last note of every unit. Right? So we have, if I count the beats, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, the last note had 3 and 4, 2 beats, Everything else is a quarter. And this is true for every single unit. Okay, that should be it. Let's have a look at the right hand. We start off with that pickup on G by itself. So we get G, G, 1, 1, 5, 5. That's the first unit. Moving on. Don't worry about the rhythm for now. Let's just do the notes. 4 on E, so the finger switched. You finished on 5. Now you played it with 4. 5, 5, 4, 3. So from the beginning. Switch to 4. Like that. So you'll notice that we have, these are faster than all the other notes, right? They're eighths. So let's have a look at it when we count it all together. We get 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll notice that this, the fourth finger is in between beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Falls right in between beats 2 and 3. This guy, right? That. And when you play it hands together, it's even easier because all you get is everything lines up pretty much. Wherever the right hand plays, it lines up apart from the pickups that I mentioned at the beginning of the tutorial. Together, 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 and then just hold. The next unit, we get a pickup on E, alone, and then together, together, right together. So like I mentioned, this E falls in between the beats, and so falls in between the left-hand notes. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Moving on. Same exact deal. But the second time around, the second half is this. So the left hand is the same with the correct fingering, right? The switch to 5 on A flat. But the right hand has this, a pickup on G, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3. But in terms of rhythm, it's the same as this bit, right? It's just with different notes. So I'll play the whole thing from the beginning to the end of this phrase, and I'll count it out loud. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then it continues on into B flat or D flat major. But this is where we're going to stop. Each 2-bar unit has its own pedal. I think that's the safest bet here. It'll work the best. One pedal for every unit played. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'll be happy to help out. Maybe I'll see you on the website. Otherwise, that's it. That's the piece, man. All right, take care.